So, let's introduce ourselves. What's your name?
My name is Damilola Tijani.
My name is Jordani J Money Gill. And today we'll be speaking about Dami. So, Dami, what do you want to talk about today?
Let's talk about if there is a war on masculinity.
What do you mean by that?
Well, many people today, especially in the Black community, think that there is efforts by people in the government and also white media to emasculate the Black man. Usually regarding things in the sexual revolution that we have going on today. So, for example, there is a whole, like challenging of gender stereotypes. So, for example, Jaden Smith was in a magazine cover he was wearing a skirt over like some jeans or something.
Yes.
Which is actually very popular type of defiant culture, especially like in Asia. Like that's a big thing going on right now within fashion, to like basically challenge gender norms. But a lot of Black people, especially Black men, believe that that is an attack on their masculinity.
Wait, what do you mean? What's an attack on their masculinity? I'm sorry.
The fact that like Jaden Smith, a Black male, is on these big magazine covers with him wearing a skirt, and it challenges gender norms today, which are that women should wear skirts because that's what they're supposed to do. It makes them look nice, sexy, or whatever, and men should not wear skirts.
So people in general feel like it's challenging masculinity and they're offended by it?
Well, not everyone feels that way. I don't feel that way, but there are a lot of Black men that believe that there's an agenda to emasculate them. There's an agenda to emasculate themselves.
Why do you believe that Black men feel like there's an agenda to emasculate males?
I feel like that because there's this very prominent homophobia that exists in the Black community today. So they channel that energy and they put it to places where it shouldn't be. So, I mean, homophobia shouldn't exist in general, but they channel that homophobic tendencies, and they believe that that's part of the agenda of fashion and big corporations and Western media to emasculate them. They don't want to be seen as gay, even though androgynous type of clothing doesn't equate to being gay, or it doesn't equate to one's sexuality at all. It literally is just challenging gender norms regarding dressing, and it's just that's how I see it. If a guy wants to wear a skirt, why not? That doesn't exactly mean that he's gay. It just means that that's what he likes. And there's a lot of people challenging gender norms in fashion.
Such as?
Well, just like I said, like for example, Jaden Smith, or like the whole culture about it's very prevalent in Japan. I think it's in Tokyo, where people dress out of what is considered the norm, and it's androgynous type of clothing. People that identify as androgynous, or that you see wearing androgynous clothing, means that they don't believe in binaries. They don't believe that this is the men's section and this is the women's.
They just feel like you should wear whatever is comfortable.
Yeah, however you want to express yourself, however you want to express your gender.
It's very interesting. So if I walk around with a tutu and a skirt and I got my little tiara on and shit like that, I should be completely fine with doing that, correct?
Yeah.
I agree.
It's not an attack on anyone's masculinity. It doesn't make you less of a man. And I feel like that's like when people say that it's an attack on people that are gay, especially like Black men, because just because they're men that like other men, that doesn't make them any less of a man at all.
Why do you feel like people are so threatened by increase in openness in terms of homosexuality in social media and media?
I think honestly it's because they don't want to accept it for themselves. The people that bark the loudest are the people that are definitely hiding something within themselves.
So
They
you,
probably do have homosexual tendencies.
so you feel like people that are extremely opposed to this new, well, some would say movement,
Hmm.
are those that feel like they might be associated with that movement, but don't want to necessarily put themselves in there. Would you say that?
Yeah, but yeah, I do believe that. And I think that on the highest scale possible, the people that, you know, go out of their way to shame other people, to shame gay people, to shame anyone in the LGBT community, they're the ones definitely like actually just shaming themselves. They probably, you know,
So it's a form of maybe self hate,
yeah, definitely. It's
the
a
rejection of what they believe
Yes,
is
especially if it's a
against the
high
norm.
rejection. That's why you see all of these, in the church, a lot of people are they say anti, gay things. They say a very homophobic speech.
But then
But
turn the
then,
other way when you have pedophilia,
and not only
especially.
that, they also probably display gay tendencies themselves. Like if you look at the Catholic Church has a huge history of clergy members abusing little boys. Like, why is that? But they have this huge homophobic rhetoric going on, and they probably actually have relationships with other men.
That's
A
very
lot of
interesting.
people that claim to be celibate aren't celibate. Like they will a lot of times, like it comes out, and the archdiocese tries to cover it up, or whatever organization, they try to cover it up, but it's out there. Those people that really claim to be like, that's why honestly, you know, I don't really believe in these celibate people when it comes to big corporations,
That's
because
interesting. Why is that?
I feel like they're just doing it for profit, and they do whatever they want to do in the background. Like
Mm.
when it comes to like monks, like Buddhist monks and things like that, or like people from a more areas, I believe in them more than I would believe in like these big, um, Catholic clergy people, just because I feel like they're really doing it out of um, like the true belief that what they're doing is going to help the universe, it's going to help themselves, it's going to help their families, because they don't have any like profit when they're doing it. They literally make
Really?
their own food. Yeah, they get their own food, they make their own food. A lot of them fast,
Mm-hmm.
and they also like take care of the communities that surrounds them,
Yes.
and there are some parts of the church that do that. I'm not saying that the all people that are Catholic are bad, or all nuns or clergy people are bad. I'm just saying that a majority of them are doing it for profit. If you look at like the whole archdiocese, like from the pope all the way down,
Yeah.
you could see there's an accumulation of wealth. Why are they wearing all of this gold and diamond encrusted jewels that are stolen from parts of Africa? Like why does that exist?
That's a very good question.
And why do you see these monks, Buddhist monks, they barely have, anything that they have, usually they make, first of all.
Yeah.
So they don't go around, wearing this, you know, great attire. They're very meek. And I feel like their ideal of life is very simple, and what they do reflects that. And I feel like that's where the Catholic Church, they become hypocrites when it comes to things like that. Like
It's
I
very
just feel like
interesting.
it's just very obvious, like hypocrisy when it comes to just like people saying one thing but then completely doing a whole 360.
All right. 30-minute warning. We got 10 minutes for this video in particular. Is there anything you want to wrap up with?
Well, I would just like to say that to anyone that is out there that is, lesbian, gay, bisexual, queer, questioning, transgender, or an intersex person, and you're going through a lot, or you don't know who you are, what you are, just know that you're not alone, that there's a lot of people questioning themselves. I've questioned myself. Um It's gonna be okay, and you just gotta keep taking things step by step.
Okay then. Thank you very much, Damiola. And we'll see you guys later.